Assalamualaikum everyone. This is me Arham Freelancing Wala and I am a student of Rehan Ai Teacher Training Institute batch 22. Today we have a very special topic discuss exploring the connection between diet and mental well-being. So I'm going to connect our AI assistant ChatGPT. Just give me a second. Hi ChatGPT, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going so far?
I am also fine. Thank you for your asking. Today we have a very special topic discuss exploring the connection between diet and mental well-being. So I'm going to ask you some few questions regarding this topic and you will be done, okay?
Absolutely. That sounds like a great topic. I'm ready for your questions. Just fire away whenever you're ready, and we'll dig into it.
Yeah, so my first question is what is the connection between diet and mental health?
That's a really important question. Essentially, what we eat can have a big impact on our brain chemistry and mood. Nutrients like omega 3 fatty acids, vitamins, especially B vitamins and D, and antioxidants can all influence brain function. Plus, a balanced diet can reduce inflammation, stabilize energy, and even support better sleep, all of which play into mental well being.
All right, and how does healthy food eating affect mood?
Yeah, great follow up. So, healthy eating can really boost mood by stabilizing blood sugar levels, reducing inflammation, and providing the brain with the nutrients it needs. For example, a diet rich in whole foods, fruits, and veggies can help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. And the flip side, a diet high in sugar or processed foods can contribute to mood swings and fatigue.
All right, and can certain foods reduce stress and anxiety?
Absolutely. So, foods like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and seeds are fantastic. They're full of antioxidants and vitamins that support brain health. Fish like salmon, rich in omega 3, also lower stress. And foods like yogurt or kimchi can help because they support gut health, which is connected to mood and anxiety levels.
All right, and how does junk food affect mental well-being?
Yeah, so junk food can have a pretty negative effect. It often causes spikes and crashes in blood sugar, which can lead to irritability or fatigue. Plus, it's typically low in nutrients and high in unhealthy fats, which can promote inflammation. Over time, that can contribute to anxiety, brain fog, and even a higher risk of depression.
And what foods are considered good for brain health?
Yeah, great question. So, really brain boosting foods include fatty fish, like we mentioned, but also eggs, which are rich in choline, leafy greens, whole grains, and even dark chocolate in moderation. Berries, because of their antioxidants, are great too. And don't forget about turmeric, which has compounds that may support brain health and reduce inflammation.
All right, and why is breakfast important for mental performance?
Yeah, breakfast is really crucial because it kickstarts your metabolism after an overnight fast. It provides your brain with a steady stream of glucose, which it needs for focus and energy. If you skip breakfast, you might feel groggy, have a harder time concentrating, and your mood might drop. So, a balanced breakfast really primes your brain for the day ahead.
All right, got it. And how does sugar impact mental health?
Yeah, so sugar can have a pretty big impact. Short term, energy boost, but then it often leads to a moody. Over time, a high sugar diet is linked to inflammation, insulin resistance, and it can even affect neurotransmitter balance, which plays a role in depression and anxiety. So, keeping sugar in check is really important.
And what role do vitamins and minerals play in mental wellness?
Oh, they play a huge role. Vitamins like B6, B12, and folate are crucial for neurotransmitter production, like serotonin and dopamine. Vitamin D is also really important, especially since low levels are linked to depression. And minerals like magnesium and zinc help regulate mood and reduce stress. So, a nutrient rich diet really supports a balanced mental state.
All right, and can emotional eating become harmful and why?
Yeah, it definitely can. Emotional eating is when we use food to cope with feelings like stress or boredom rather than for physical hunger. And over time, that can lead to overeating, weight gain, and a negative relationship with food. Plus, it doesn't actually solve the emotional issue, so it can keep you stuck in a cycle of guilt or anxiety. So, finding other coping strategies is really key.
All right, and can poor eating habits lead to depression or anxiety?
Yeah, they absolutely can. If a diet is consistently lacking in essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, or healthy fats, it can affect neurotransmitter production, inflammation, and brain function, all of which are tied to depression and anxiety. So, poor eating habits can really set the stage for those mental health problems.
All right, and what role does hydration play in emotional?
Oh, hydration is really crucial. Even dehydration can affect your mood, causing fatigue and difficulty concentrating. Staying well hydrated supports optimal brain function, which keeps emotional stability in check. So, drinking enough water is a simple but really powerful tool for your mood.
All right, and can that influence memory and concentration?
Absolutely. A nutrient rich diet provides the fuel your brain needs for focus. For example, omega 3s, antioxidants, and like a high sugar or processed food diet can lead to brain fog, reduced attention span, and even slower memory recall. So, what you eat really does shape how well you think and remember.
All right, and how does fast food impact long-term mental health, and why is moderation important in eating habits?
Yeah, so fast food, especially when it's regular, is often low in nutrients and high in unhealthy fats, sugar, and salt. Over time, this can contribute to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and even an increased risk of depression. That's why moderation is so key. Having an occasional fast food treat is fine, but relying on it can really derail long term mental health.
All right, and how can meal planning support mental wellness?
Yeah, meal planning is super helpful. When you plan meals, you're more likely to include a variety of nutrient dense foods, which keeps your brain and body fueled. It also reduces stress because you don't have to scramble for last minute decisions. And having a routine around eating can create a sense of stability, which is really good for mental well being.
All right, and what are the psychological benefits of eating healthy?
Yeah, so there are a bunch of psychological benefits. Eating healthy can boost your mood, increase your energy, and give you a sense of control and accomplishment. When you feel good physically, it often boosts confidence and self esteem. Plus, healthy routines around eating can create a positive feedback loop where you feel empowered and self disciplined, which helps with overall mental resilience.
All right, and how does social media influence eating habits?
Yeah, that's a big one. Social media can really shape what we eat, whether it's through food trends, advertising, or seeing idealized images. It can encourage us to choose convenience foods or even lead to comparisons that affect body image. So, being mindful about the content you consume is really important for keeping a balanced perspective on food.
All right, and why is mindful eating important?
Yeah, mindful eating is powerful because it helps you slow down, actually notice the flavors, textures, and how you feel as you eat. It keeps you tuned into real hunger versus just emotional or habit driven eating. That awareness can
All right,
help you make better choices, prefer eating, and really foster a healthier relationship with food.
and how can parents encourage healthy eating habits and
Parents have such a big influence. They can encourage healthy eating by being role models themselves, involving kids in meal planning or cooking, a variety of nutritious foods without pressure. Also, keeping fruits, veggies, and whole foods easily accessible at the home and a positive, relaxed time can really set the foundation for lifelong habits.
all right, has influence eating behavior?
Yeah, stress can have a big impact. A lot of people either lose their appetite or more commonly turn to comfort foods, often sweet, salty, or highly processed options. Those foods might temporarily numb stress, but they often worsen mood and energy in the long run. So, stress management techniques like mindfulness or exercise can really help break that cycle.
All right, and what are some simple ways to improve eating habits?
Yeah, definitely. So, a few simple steps could be planning balanced meals ahead of time, keeping healthy snacks on hand, and eating at regular times so you avoid getting overly hungry.
All right,
Also, try cooking at home more often, and maybe start by adding one or two new veggies or whole foods each week.
all right, and how can diet support overall emotional balance?
Yeah, diet is kind of like a foundation for emotional balance. When you get a steady stream of nutrients like omega 3s, fiber, and vitamins, your brain and body function more smoothly. That helps regulate mood, energy, and stress responses. So, consistently nourishing yourself with whole foods really keeps that emotional balance in check.
All right, and lastly, what message do you give in regarding this topic to my audience?
Yeah, I'd say this: your diet is a powerful tool, not just for your body, but for your mind. Small, consistent changes like adding more whole foods, staying hydrated, and being mindful can really support your mental well being. So, I encourage everyone something that nourishes both.
All right, so thank you so much, ChatGPT, and thank you so much again. Allah Hafiz. Nice to meet you.
It was really nice talking to you too. If you ever have, take care and Allah
All
Hafiz.
right. Allah Hafiz.
Take care. If you need anything else in the future, just reach out. Allah Hafiz.
So thank you so much, everyone. That's all about this topic. Must be like, comment, and share. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. And yes, definitely, if anyone found it useful, a like, comment, or share really means a lot. Take care and Allah Hafiz.